Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now on the news at 10 on the CW20, a weather watch alert for some isolated severe storms Sunday. The latest on that and the tropical trouble in the Atlantic.
Plus, 2 gas stations in North Haven robbed by an armed man just 15 minutes apart, where the police investigation now stands. 3 months after the repeal of Roe v. Wade, and many in Connecticut are still taking to the streets, which local politicians joined hundreds in a call for action. The Fox 61 News at 10 on the CW20 starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the News at 10. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin with a weather watch alert tonight. We are tracking some possible heavy showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. But just how strong will these storms be? Let's get right over to meteorologist Ryan Brand. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Carmen. Hi, everybody. We are not expecting widespread severe weather tomorrow, but this is just meant as a heads up. You may have some Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening plans, and the possibility exists for some isolated severe storms. And there could even be an isolated tornado or some gusty winds out of some of those storms, too. It's not going to be a widespread thing, but all of Connecticut is in a level 1 marginal risk for severe weather tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And the culprit is this warm front. As this approaches, showers and thunderstorms will form out ahead of it. And near this front, the winds change direction. That can sometimes create a little spin in the atmosphere, which is why it's possible there's a spin-up tornado somewhere in southern New England tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. The time frame about 3 o'clock in the afternoon until 10 o'clock in the evening to be paying attention to the weather. But no issues out there tonight. It's actually a nice September evening. We'll drop into the 40s inland by morning, 50s along the shoreline. We'll have a decent morning with a little bit of sunshine, but clouds will be thickening up through the morning. It will be a warmer day tomorrow. We'll get into the low 70s. And then the time frame, as I mentioned, to be paying attention to the weather would be between 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Showers and a few isolated thunderstorms. 1 or 2 of those storms could become severe, so we'll be watching the radar closely. We'll have more on the timing of those storms, plus the latest on Tropical Storm Ian, its track. And there have been some changes since yesterday, too. We'll bring those to you coming up.
Ryan, thank you. And to stay up to date with weather here in Connecticut, download the free Fox 61 News app. You can turn on notifications to be the first to know about any severe storms and to keep yourself and your family safe. New tonight, an SUV jumped the curb at a Hartford gas station, smashing into the front of the store. It happened this morning at the Noble station on Capitol Avenue at Broad Street. Police say a total of 3 people had to be transported to the hospital, including 1 worker inside the building. They're still inspecting exactly what happened, and thankfully no fuel pumps were damaged or compromised. North Haven police are investigating armed robberies at 2 gas stations. The first one took place at the Shell gas station on Maple Avenue, where the suspect in a mask put a knife to an employee's neck and demanded money. He then ran away. 15 minutes later, the suspect went to the Sunoco and Universal Drive, where he again ran away towards I-91. Luckily, no injuries were reported. Today in West Hartford, there was a Bands Off Our Bodies rally taking a stand against recent efforts to roll back reproductive rights in Connecticut and across the country. Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysowitz and Governor Lamont were some of those who attended. Speakers talked about protecting the right for women to make their own health care decisions and encouraged people to show up to the polls in November. They also remembered where they were when the repeal of Roe v. Wade was announced.
We dropped everything that we were doing to make sure that the people of Connecticut knew that we were going to do everything in our power to protect women's reproductive freedom in Connecticut.
And in that moment, for a second, I thought, well, that's it. It's over. We lost. That's the end of the fight. For a second. And then I realized quickly, that was not the end of the fight. That was just the beginning.
We did also receive a statement from the Republicans saying in part, quote, while dishonest Dick Blumenthal is celebrating his support for abortion until the moment of birth today, maybe he could tell us if he agrees with Stacey Abrams that fetal heartbeats are manufactured and fake. New developments in a story we brought you last night. Police are asking for your help in identifying a man found dead near the Beacon Falls train station. They say that he's between the ages of 60 to 70 years old, who they believe to be homeless. They say he passed from a medical episode. He was wearing a black plaid shirt, no pants, and had a black Jan Sports style backpack. Police invite anyone with any information to give them a call. Now, Rentschler Field was packed for a party in East Hartford this morning. Fox 61's Keith McGilvery and Rachel Piscatelli, or two of more than a dozen Fox 61 teammates, turned out for this year's Step Up for Down Syndrome walk.
Fox 61 and our parent company, Tegna, are sponsoring the Step Up for Down Syndrome walk here at Rentschler Field.
And it is such an amazing day here. Teams from all across Connecticut turning out to raise more than $130,000 to support initiatives all across our communities. Everything from extracurricular activities for older individuals to literacy programs for young people. All of that money going to work right here where our friends and neighbors live.
It's really fun. It's a way to make friends. It's a way to be, to be very hype about this walk today. And I just want to make sure my job is to share the music. And my motto is to share the love, to share and spread some music and make everyone smile and happy.
Lots of excitement, lots of smiles. I think that was the best part of the whole day, was how many smiles we saw throughout the entire morning.
It's amazing. It's the most wonderful time of the year for me. It's very important.
Our parent company, Tegna, donating $2,500 for today's event.
It is such a wonderful turnout. To learn more about the Down Syndrome Association of Connecticut or our Making an Impact grant, visit our website, fox61.com. At Rentschler Field in East Hartford, I'm Keith McGilvery.
I'm Rachel Piscatelli. Fox 61 News!
You got it.
Yeah, looked like a good time there. Fox 61 donated $2,500 to the nonprofit as part of our Making an Impact grant program. Today's festivities raised more than $130,000. The Latino community was celebrated in Willimantic today for the second annual Windham County Latino Fest. As we continue into Hispanic Heritage Month, the event came with cultural food and music, but also a desire to help a country many call home. Fox 61's Tony Black joins us in the studio with how festival organizers saw this as a way to reach beyond the state. Tony?
Yeah, Carmen, the country of Puerto Rico is still recovering after Hurricane Fiona hit, and for many celebrating at the Windham County Latino Fest, this was a chance to enjoy their culture in their home here in Connecticut, while also helping to rebuild that home that many continue to call home.
The liveliness of the Hispanics, the music, the food, and the enjoyment that everything brings.
Puerto Rican Pride in downtown Willimantic Saturday showcased Windham County's rich Latino heritage. Garo's Place owner Margarita Lopez gets to showcase her love for food and now gets to serve it on wheels.
It means a lot to me, with the community. Look at this.
It's the second year of the Windham County Latino Fest. Organizer Victor Luna says the free event is a great way for families to get resources and celebrate their culture together.
It's basically like a movement, and we're just telling the people, yes, se puede, yes, we can.
The event is supported by vendors and sponsors like Hartford Healthcare.
One of our core values is to be embedded in the community, and we want to showcase the services that we offer.
As well as Better Life Home Care.
I came to this country when I was a year old, and we never lost our culture. I'm totally bilingual, and I can communicate to my community and be able to teach them about these programs that exist out there.
Thousands of dollars were collected to help Puerto Rico recovery after Hurricane Fiona ripped through the island last week.
When the community can just come out here and support what we got going on, but also the crisis that is going on outside of here.
Many are natives of Puerto Rico and still have relatives who call it home. Ivan Bobé and Gloria Ramos say being able to support the U.S. territory through tough times goes a long way, even though the island is thousands of miles away.
In here supporting this effort to help the people in Puerto Rico means a lot to us, because we have families over there.
More than 40% of the town of Windham is Latino. Showcasing and celebrating that history means a lot to those who have helped continue the legacy.
We come here and we dance as much as we can. We like to see the people enjoying themselves.
Also, quick note, it is a territory, not a country. Excuse what I said earlier. Now, it's also Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs until October 15th. Luna says they couldn't have picked a better month to get the Windham County community together to celebrate their Latino roots. They're already telling people to mark their calendars for the 3rd annual festival. That'll be next September. In the studio, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Tony. And there are still plenty of things happening across the state this weekend. You still have one day left to check out the Durham Fair. Now, this video shows the fair in full swing yesterday. It's the state's largest agricultural fair, full of food, rides, animals, and more. Domingo is back in the capital city. The Open Street Festival will shut down part of Park Street to offer a chance for the community to come together and have a good time. The event was originally supposed to happen in July, but was rescheduled because of the extremely hot temperatures. It's happening on Sunday from 9 to 3. And of course, if you want to check out the fall fairs and festivals, the Big E is continuing through the weekend up in West Springfield. From the fair food to the drinks to the music and all sorts of entertainment, the Eastern States Exposition will certainly be packed full of fairgoers this weekend. And that's just some of the weekend happenings. Scan the QR code on your screen here with your smartphone to get a link to Fox61.com, where you can find more of what's happening around Connecticut. You can also find more on Fox61.com and on the Fox 61 News app.